When the Buckwheat Bloomed.
A night of fate beneath the moon.
1. Opening hook. Heo Saengwon is in his late 40s. For years he has wandered from one 5-day market to another, leading his old donkey along dusty country roads. A peddler's life leaves little behind. No home to return to, no family waiting at dusk, only the rhythm of market days and the long miles in between. It is on such a night, after the Bongpyeong market has emptied, that he walks beneath the bright moon, the buckwheat fields glowing pale as frost. When the Bongpyeong market closes, they follow an old habit. They stop by the inn run by the woman they call Chungju House. Heo Saengwon rarely speaks of it, but Cho Sung-dal knows well enough. He always looks for her. That night, however, Tomi is already there, the young cattle driver, drinking with her as if he belongs. The sight unsettles Heo Saengwon. He drinks more than he should, and when Tomi steps out into the night, Heo Saengwon strikes him. Not hard enough to wound, but hard enough to reveal his pride. A moment later, Doni comes running back. Something is wrong with the donkey. By the time they reach the yard, the animal is restless, stamping and snorting. The old donkey had caught the scent of a mare somewhere beyond the yard. Even in its age, it would not forget. Boys have gathered around it, laughing, pulling at its reins. Heo Saengwon rushes forward, whip raised.
Come and catch us! Try hitting us! Can a left-handed man even strike properly?
Why does a man remember only one night for the rest of his life? Not a triumph, not a marriage, not a fortune, just one night. A moonlit night in a field of white buckwheat. 2. The Wandering Life. For all his loud, wandering life, Heo Saengwon had never once truly known a woman. Women, to him, were cold and distant. He had come to believe that such ties were never meant for him. It made him quietly sorrowful to think that such fate was simply not written in his life. The only creature that had stayed beside him without change was a single donkey. The old donkey walks steadily ahead, its back bent beneath the load, its steps patient, uncomplaining. In the pale moonlight, Heo Saengwon's own shadow looks not so different. And yet, there had been that one first time, a single strange encounter, unlike anything before or after. It was when he was young, just beginning to travel to Bongpyeong. Whenever he remembered it, he felt, if only for a moment, that he had truly lived. Tonight again, he seems ready to bring up that story. Cho Sung-dal has heard it so often that it might well be etched into his bones. Still, he does not stop him.
It was a moonlit night. Even now, I can't rightly tell how it happened. Stories like that suit a night like this.
3. The Road. 70 rai more to go, Cho Sung-dal grumbles. For men like them, distance is measured not only in miles, but in the years already spent on the road. Cho Sung-dal now wanders beside Heo Saengwon, another drifting soul beneath the same moon. 2 mountain passes to cross, a stream to ford, fields and mountain paths beyond. The slopes are covered in buckwheat. The blossoms have just begun to open, spread under the moonlight as though salt had been scattered across the land, so white it nearly steals the breath. The red stalks shimmer faintly, even the donkeys step lightly. As they walk along the moonlit road, Heo Saengwon goes on with his story.
It was a night just like this, Jang-sen. The inn porch was too stifling to sleep on. So around midnight I got up and went down to the stream to bathe. Bongpyeong was no different then than now. Wherever you looked, buckwheat fields. White blossoms even by the water. I could have undressed on the stones, but the moon was too bright, so I stepped into the mill shed. Strange things do happen in this world. There, of all places, I ran into Seong's daughter. She was the finest beauty in Bongpyeong.
Must have been fate.
She wasn't waiting for me. And there wasn't another fellow she was waiting for either. She was crying. Sung's household was in hard times then, on the verge of falling apart. If a whole family is troubled, how could the daughter not worry? They would have married her off somewhere decent if they could, but she said she would rather die than be sent away like that. And tell me, is there ever a time a girl draws a man's heart more than when she's in tears? At first she seems startled, but when a person carries worry, they soften easily enough. One thing led to talk, and then to more. When I think of it now, it was a fearful and wondrous night.
They ran off to Jecheon the next day, didn't they?
Yes, by the next morning she was gone. The buckwheat fields remain. The moon remains. Only that night did not remain.
Years passed. The road remained the same, dusty in the day, silver in the night. The donkey aged. Heo Saengwon aged with it. He did not marry. He did not settle. He kept walking. Dong-i appears. On another night road, under another moon, before long, the three are walking the road together. Dong-i, quick-tempered, sharp-eyed, walks beside them. There is something familiar in the way he moves, something that unsettles Heo. Not resemblance, not certainty, just a quiet stirring that refuses to settle. As they walk beneath the moon, Dong-i speaks of his mother, once of Bongpyeong, now living in Jecheon. Heo listens. He says nothing. The white fields stretch endlessly around them, and the road seems to lengthen with every step. 7. Closing movement.
Let's make for the inn. We'll light a fire in the yard, rest a while. Boil some warm water for the donkey. Tomorrow, after the Daewajang market, we head to Jecheon.
You too? To Jecheon?
It's been a long time. I'd like to see it again. Will you come along, Dong-i?
When the donkey began to walk, Dong-i held the whip in his left hand. Even Heo Saengwon, whose eyes had long been dim in the dark, could not fail to notice it this time. Their steps grew lighter. The bells rang clearer across the night plain. The moon had tilted far to the west.